What's up, everybody? It's your boy Daniel Dozen, and we're back at it again with another For Honor Heroes build video. Today we got the Shaman, and the move we're focused around is Breach Attack. Let's go ahead into the 3-perk selection. As always, we have Remedy, Endurance, and Clear Tactics. Now, I chose Remedy over Devour and Supersonic because Supersonic, I don't really use that kind of perk. I only see that useful for when people see that you're in revenge and they're trying to back up and run away. They can't really get that far from you, but it's only briefly. Oh, it release after revenge ends. Okay, that's kind of cool, but I went more for the healing type because we are in Breach Attack and there's not that many health spots or spots to heal for you in this mode besides one little area. That and whatever perks or skills you may have. Devour is pretty nice. It does give you an additional 15 on top of your regular amount when you execute, but let's say you're not able to get an execution in due to officers, players, and or those soldiers that are really annoying, the pikemen that pike you out of your executions. So as long as you get a kill, you get an additional 10 health. Plus, when you're a shaman, usually when you make a character bleed, you can either bite them, or whenever you do attacks to them after they're bleeding, you gain some health rejuvenation. Then I went with Endurance for the mid-tier perk, obviously, because it helps you get that stamina cost reduction in, allowing you to stay in the fight longer without getting exhausted and perform more feints and or combos if need be. Now, a renown level is when you have a feat. So, for instance, let's say we have Bear Trap for feat 2. That would mean you're at renown level 2 once you unlock that feat in game. That'll give you 6% stamina cost reduction and so forth, for a total of 12% when you have all 4 feats leveled or feats activated renown level. It's the same thing. Just wanted to clear that for you guys who are watching this video. Clever Tactics. Now this one I kind of was thinking about. I kind of wanted to go Remedy, Endurance, Devour, but then again they did recently change how Breach works, so I was like, you know what, Clever Tactics will be in there pretty good to capture those zones faster for you and your team to push that ram and keep the ram health pretty high, because all know when you get to the 3rd phase of Breach, depending on how much life your ram has determines how much lives you guys have at the end of the match. So we already have some health. We don't need Devour. We have Remedy. We get health rejuvenation from our attacks as the Shaman. Let's get in the fight more longer with Endurance, and we chose Clever Tactics over Headhunter, which allows us to get an increase of health, which is only about 16 more health to your total max health, which is basically a light attack. So hey, if you're able to heal while you're fighting, you're basically recovering that damage you took anyway, so that canceled out Headhunter in my opinion. And Crush Them is one of those perks or feats that I would just never go for, only because it's only upon hero kill. It's a one-time thing, so if you hit a troop or something else with that 30% damage, there goes your bonus from Crush Them, and now it's just basically useless until you kill another hero. So this is my setup for the perks for the Shaman for Breach Attack. And let's go ahead and head over to the feats now. We have Stealth as the main feat, and I thought about this a little bit. I was like, hey, maybe Rush, maybe Stun Trip, but we went Stealth because a lot of times people won't see that you went to go get a banner. People won't see you in capturing the zone, so they'll probably pass right by you. Also, it gives you a chance to stay hidden whenever you need to go assist one of your allies. They won't even know that you're coming. I mean, it catches me off guard. I'm pretty sure it catches you guys off guard. Also, on top of that, players like the Kensei who have the longbow, it prevents them from aiming at you with the longbow with assist. They have to actually manually aim the bow or spear or harpoon if you're a Valkyrie, or the trident if you're a gladiator, from auto aiming on you. They have to actually aim it and throw it, which allows them to usually miss way more than often. So that's another cool thing that Stealth does. Moving on to the second feat, I pushed on Flesh Wound, and the reason why that is because yes, we have Bear Trap, yeah, we have Revenge Attack. I'm not really one to go with Revenge Attack unless it's like better than other feats that are in this selection, but Flesh Wound gains damage reduction every 3 seconds. Now the way this works, remember, you get to heal off your attacks. You got Remedy, so as you're fighting somebody, if you have this feat activated, which is passive, so once you unlock this feat, renown level 2, somebody hits you with an attack, bam, that attack got moderate damage reduction away from it. Now it's going to go on cooldown for 3 seconds. You'll see it flashing. Once it's back up, it won't flash anymore, and the next attack you take it'll be reduced for a moderate amount of damage again. So that's the reason why we have a flesh wound. Not only do we get to heal off of our attacks with the shaman, we have endurance, but we're also taking less damage every 3 seconds in a fight whenever we get hit. Going on to the third feat, I chose second wind over hand axe and fury. The reason why that is because it allows you to recover health, preventing you from having to go to a heal spot. And if you're in a fight and you don't have somebody bleeding and you're not benefiting from rejuvenation from the shaman, you get to heal yourself wherever you're at and keep going. Comes in clutch a lot of the time. I was thinking about going with fury because it does increase your attack and defense greatly to mash on an opponent and or the commander, but again, you want to stay alive. You want to keep pushing. The more you have to respond, the more that takes away from your team in a situation that they couldn't be in. So you want to stay in the fight. That's why we went to the second win. Hand axe, I mean, you guys already know how I feel about certain things like this, especially in Breach, because there's so many troops around. You might end up hitting a troop. Players might see it coming. You might miss. And all it does is a moderate amount of damage, and it causes them to bleed, yes, but you can do that all by yourself once you get the hang of using the shaman. Going on to the fourth feat, I chose Scout. I chose that over Nail Bomb and Fire Flash. Fire Flash not only hurts the troops or enemies that you're trying to throw it at, but it also hurts your allies and yourself if you end up being in the radius. Nail Bomb also does the same thing, where inside the radius it'll do a tremendous amount of time damage to you and your allies and the enemies, causing bleed, basically your whole life bar if you're not able to heal it in any way. So that's why I went with Scout, because not only does it show up all the enemies on radar, not just on the radar, but what it means is you can literally see through walls and outline where the enemies are. Also, it marks them for death, which increases their stamina cost and lowers their defensive greatly. So you can use this whenever you have it during the first 2 phases, and then my best point on using this in the third phase is when you know you and your team are about to go fight the commander. If you guys are rushing the commander, pop that scout. The scout is also going to take a great amount of damage from you with his lowers defense. With his defense lowered by Mark of Death. That's going to wrap it up for the Shaman build for Breach Attack. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch, and thank you all for your support. I really hope you guys are enjoying these builds. Of course, I'm going to have the new heroes up once they come out, and I'm still working on a few more heroes that we have left over here. I have build guides for almost every character in the game. Go ahead, if you need a link, shoot me a comment in the section down below, and I'll shoot you a link for the character you're looking for. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.
One, two, three.